He. Live. Yes, yes. Here it is, another end of month. The end of April 2021, and of course, with that, it's time for another end of month subscriber live stream. Let's see how we're going. How we going? Safe to say, which persons do we have here? 2. All right, cool. You can see and hear me properly. All that jazz and blues, I imagine, right? Please tell me that's the case. Let's see. Desktop audio. Yeah. So let me make sure everything is Gucci. And I had shared out the stream already, so I don't have to spend time doing that per se. Alright, so you can see and hear me fine. Alright, Gucci. Alright. Here we are. So as I said, it's April, end of April 30 to be exact. It's like 8:39 my time. Sorry about the that short delay in actually starting the stream and coming on, but here we are. And as you can tell by the thumbnail for the stream, we have a bunch of stuff too. Just not even like serious discussion, but not that serious. Just chill as we usually do here on these end of month live streams. As per usual, like up the stream if you haven't, share it out. If you're new here, welcome, subscribe. We're on our way to, well, as you can see up there at the top, 20,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of 2021. I believe we recently hit 1,500. So, yeah. Respect for the 1,500 subscriber, if you're even here. In terms of merch ideas, if I'm being honest, merch isn't something that I'm like meddling or thinking about right now. Probably like after I get to over 10,000 subs. More so the way I'm thinking about it, continue doing content. Eventually I'll take on, depending on how consistent the views are on the videos, I'll start like pursuing like brand deals and sponsorships if necessary, or if this brands align with who I am as a as an individual, I guess, and take it from there. So yeah, Anthony. Well gone, man, well gone. Yeah, really and truly, but I'm not stressed. I mean, the biggest thing for me, right now, I just really want to hit that 20,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year. Honestly, that's the main thing. Like after that, I can start thinking about how to expand. Cause, like, I've thought about it in terms of if and when the time comes, like stuff like Patreon. But like, on a real, what would I do for Patreon? Really. Yeah, we'll definitely be talking about the Boruto manga, naturally, and the anime tonight. So not to worry, you can get your points out on it, if anything. Just I, yeah, don't know my youth. But big question: has everyone had dinner already? That's the big question. Yeah, man, 20K. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. It's the last year this time, between January and even from like January to September, I didn't even think I was gonna be at 1,000 subscribers. So honestly, I don't think it's too much of me to at least aim for 20,000, because I made 1,000 subscribers. I surpassed 1,000 subscribers last year and got monetized. So, and honestly, the aim was just to get to 1,000 subscribers last year. So honestly, we're trying to hit to 20,000. If I don't make it, fine, but at least that's what I'm aiming for. All right, the eating's done. Good vibes, good vibes. Um, but just a little overview based on the thumbnail I have here. Um, the Boruto manga continues to seemingly going strong and bring some interesting concepts to the table. Best girl idols there. I also must say that it's so refreshing to see how far the Boruto anime has come from, how far it's coming from. It's I think most persons, even if they hated the Boruto anime, can say it's right now. It's in a very acceptable, very watchable form, to say the least. So yeah, that's a good thing I will say about the Boruto anime. Of course, Attack on Titan ended this month. I know some persons might be anime only. I should be having on a friend of mine that's coming on who's anime only. So I guess if any of you guys in here are like anime onlys when it comes on to Attack on Titan, I'll give you a fair warning before we start talking about it. But yeah, Attack on Titan did end this month, and it's been met with like controversy. Is either you hate it, love it, or you're in between like me. So yeah, but all in all, I thought it was an okay ending. But since it's just okay when it comes down to Attack on Titan, something being just okay does translate to the ending being underwhelming. So there's that. Naturally, the Demon Slayer movie is out, and I haven't watched it yet, so I'll put that. I'll put that out there. I haven't watched the Demon Slayer movie yet, but I will be watching it this weekend. Using some more than questionable means. Don't crucify me, please, but you know how it is already. So yeah, there's definitely that as well. Black Clover. Jeez. Did you guys read the latest chapter? Dogs, like finally Magna and Zora are back into the story, and honestly, creativity at its finest when it comes down to what Tabata introduced with with Magna there. Not gonna lie. That was sick. Some of my concerns regarding like Asta and like power scaling seem to be coming true. Collab I did like a few months back. I think it was January, if not late last year. With Co Spirits, our Co Hugum, we did talk about the power scaling there. And I feel like some of the stuff we covered in that video actually came true. So we'll definitely have to discuss that tonight when it comes on to Black Clover. Don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro. Honestly, it is one of those anime that came out in the spring season, the recent spring season, and it is based on a manga. But honestly, I think it's only 3 episodes out, but I've been really enjoying it. So yeah, honestly, it's a fun experience. I think Nagatoro, is as someone said in the comment section for the trailer, it's perfect, but it's actually good. I think that's the best way to describe it, honestly. But I'll definitely talk more about talk more in terms of my thoughts on it later on in the stream. So the Demon Slayer was on the game, as in it was on game, like it was really good. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really expect anything less, really. I've been hearing, like, generally speaking across the board when it comes down to the Demon Slayer movie. I've heard nothing but, good things. And I think that's to be expected. It's not like the movie, the plot itself was standalone or filler. They literally just adapted about, 8 to 10 chapters and decided to put it into a movie. So, yeah. It's not like the movie isn't canon. It literally just continues right where, season 1 left off. I haven't watched Fairy Tail. I've only seen clips, but I have never watched Fairy Tail like that. My best experience, or the only interaction I've had with Fairy Tail, is, even though I didn't watch it, I watched some of King of Lightning's reactions to it, and I don't know, the whole power friendship that I've been hearing. I don't know. But I mean, even though I didn't read the manga, I did, take in some of the author's previous work, Rave Master, which was, Toonami back in the day, or, Cartoon Network back in the day. So, yeah. Nah, I'm not watching the current My Hero Academy season. Similar to like Attack on Titan before I got into it, I've watched a few episodes here and there with friends. I've watched a lot of reaction videos by persons like Heavenly Controller. But personally, I haven't really gotten into My Hero proper. So, yeah. Don't mind me. I just don't have any manners apparently. But that's just how it is. I'm sorry. Or sorry, not sorry. But yeah. Alright, so I'm not I'm not putting on persons just yet. But let's see. Yeah, My Hero movie was on the game. Oh, the story's on the game. Oh, well, that makes sense because I think just the first season alone would be. Yeah, probably would be insufficient. Or I thought they would have probably at least done it as DLC. Yeah, Kawaki at the Kawaki at the ramen stand. Yo. But alright, let's break down each of these before I start inviting persons on because the night is going fast and I still need to watch the final episode of Invincible. I don't know if you guys have been watching Invincible, but yo, definitely recommend it. I may or may not watch the Demon Slayer movie tonight. So there's that. I don't know if I'll do a review or if I don't know. I don't know if I'll be doing a video on it or not. I mean, at this point, most persons have done a video on it at this point. So I don't know if I should even do a video on it. And then if I do a video on it, like, I mean, I wonder how well it would perform. That's the next thing too. That is the next thing. But all right. So getting back to the main point. William Wagwan, welcome. So yeah, kind of going more in depth with the overview I did earlier regarding the each show in the in the thumbnail. So of course, starting back with Boruto, like it's just funny how every month that we're saying that we're getting closer and closer to the Boruto time skip, and I don't know, it feels like there's like each month it feels like there's so much more that we can actually explore before the time skip. But I think the time skip really should come hopefully by chapter 60. Because at the end of the day, I still feel that even if it comes at chapter 60 and there are things that can be explored before the time skip, it would be the perfect opportunity for the anime to capitalize on something like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting more context, more specifics regarding Ida and her abilities. I don't know if you guys saw the video I did Wednesday. Just kind of discussing more about Ida in detail and how she really is affecting or will be affecting the plot. So yeah, so really she's gonna be. It's kind of almost forcing Kawaki and Boruto to drive the plot along in some shape or form. Caramel Seal, the Sun and Moon Seal. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. I doubt it. Unless Kishimoto's gonna retcon some stuff and make it that. But those seals were just specifically for the 6 parts Chibaku Tensei, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess until further notice. So yeah, but for chapter 58 that's coming up, I'm really looking forward to at least getting Kawaki, Boruto, and Sasuke in chapter 58, hopefully, because honestly, we didn't even get, apart from the dialogue between Naruto and Amato, we didn't really get anything on Sasuke, like visually speaking. So I'm hoping to see what he's up to. and possibly how Amado is going to factor into any cybernetic or technological upgrades for the Ninja Alliance, because it wouldn't make sense if that doesn't happen. So yeah, and then given that how proficient Amado is at building, androids or cyborgs, the technical term, of course. Probably the lost power that Naruto and Sasuke have, they've lost. Probably it's not something we really need to worry about too much. They'll be augmented more than likely to a decent degree to remain relevant. That's the thing, Patila, especially given the translation, since they translated it as just clairvoyance. There, it wasn't specified if it was born with it or was the case, because it's, to me, it was hinted that just her ability to like capture person's hearts, which that still sounds ridiculous if you ask me, if I'm being quite honest. But it seems like Amado only gave her the ability to capture people's hearts, and then the clairvoyance seems like something else entirely different that might be independent from whatever Amado would have done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it never called her I the Senrigan, Anthony, but I guess based on how you translate it from Japanese, it could translate to that. Based on what Organic Dinosaur was saying on our Twitter page. It's called the flashback, filler where Hagama saw circle Kage arm. To be honest, I have up to this day that filler arc. I watched Shippuden up to about episode 435, and then I don't know, like I just fell off with it with with the Infinite Tsukuyomi fillers. Honestly, to this day I haven't watched. It was only when I heard that Naruto versus Sasuke in the anime was coming, I started watching it back from I think episode 470 or about 469 and come down. I still need to go back and watch those episodes. So yeah. But outside of that, as I was saying about the anime though, like I'm just really glad the anime is at least across the board for persons who like Boruto, who are neutral and probably hate it. I think a lot of persons can agree on know that the anime is at least super watchable. And I know like for persons like me and persons who like really like Boruto, they would say yeah, the anime has always been watchable, but like when I mean watch, I mean like super watchable. Like persons aren't really complaining as much, I feel, and are really, engaged in terms of what's happening. Especially since when it comes on like to manga readers, and this is something I've said already. Like if you're a manga reader, you get that much more appreciation for what the Boruto anime is right now, because of all the changes that they've made to actually enhance the story. So I'm really proud and I'm really happy to see where the Boruto anime is now. I've talked about it, I've discussed it, I've dissected it to death in terms of, objectively talking about, what the Boruto anime has done well since the beginning and, the problems it's had since the beginning. So I don't want to make this stream, too much in depth on that, unless you want to talk about that. So, yeah. Enough Naruto episode. We're just, yo, Hidden Leaf, Wagwan. We here. Oh boy. It's always been watchable. If it's been because it wasn't Shippuden, though, that was clear, and that was never the plan early on. Funny enough, as you mentioned Shippuden, you guys remember the poll I did, asking you guys to vote on me essentially doing another live stream segment on the channel where I kind of tackle either Naruto or Boruto arcs, specifically, or just other anime. One thing I want to tackle in one of those shows that I do with, I'm starting in May, by the way, is Naruto versus Naruto Shippuden, because most of you would have seen the Naruto versus Naruto Shippuden poll I did, and I'm really surprised that so many persons put Shippuden over original. So yeah, that's something I'm definitely gonna have to discuss. I'll definitely be creating the poll for this tomorrow or Sunday, because I want to start that segment next week. So the topics I'll have for the first show, or for you guys to vote on for the first show, will definitely be either, going into and talking about Yu Yu Hakusho, or alright, initially it was gonna be Yu Yu Hakusho versus, or if you guys wanted me to tackle the Fourth Great Ninja War, or I think I would probably add the Naruto versus Naruto Shippuden argument as a third option for you guys to vote on. So yeah, I think that's gonna be interesting doing that show. Probably I'll do it like once a week and just kind of give my thoughts. Kind of, I probably won't revisit the anime or arc I'm talking about. I'll just be talking straight from memory. So that should be interesting. That should be interesting. So yeah. And you also giving Naruto Storm. Yeah, I mean Cyber CC2, it might as well be Storm. Might have caused Red to roll in his grave. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Yes, I feel that. Yo, I think for the fun of it, people just want even Sasuke to fall fall under control right now. Either that or I have a Hinata versus versus Ida fight. I just have Ida capture Naruto just for the fun of it to see how Hinata would react. Any of those gimmicky kind of stuff I think persons would want to see at least. So yeah. But right now, as I said, I'm just enjoying what the Boruto anime is bringing to the table. Especially you see, especially with the recent episode where we even had them kind of add in or change up the structure a bit and add in Sarada and Mitsuki to a lot of the events that happened in the recent episode, which weren't in the manga, and even kind of segue things to set up how Sarada was going to learn the Shidori. Trust me, I love that, because even though I love the Shidori in the manga, that moment, it felt like payoff to a build up we didn't necessarily see. So yeah, Delta. I actually still subscribe to the idea that Delta might have been Amado's daughter. I know it does kind of feel like it's hinting at the fact that maybe Ida might be his daughter as well. Maybe, I don't know. But until then, Battle of the Thicks. Battle of the best girls. Yeah. Hinata would be simping too. Yo, Jadu. But yeah, I'm looking. Yo, I actually plan to do a video regarding the Boruto anime, just kind of talking about, or at least attempting to hype up the upcoming Naruto and Sasuke versus Ishiki round 1 fight, which is, yo. Listen, if they do that fight for justice, jeez and peace. Trending on Twitter, trending everywhere. Read all about it. Trust me, it's me. So that's going to be interesting to see. Once the time comes, because let me see, we're at 196 going to 197. Can expect probably by the end of May, beginning of June to get that fight. So patiently waiting, patiently, is it me? So yeah, pretty much pretty much that. What I was saying before though, I don't know if any of you guys have checked out Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But yo, I have been absolutely enjoying that anime, honestly. And if you haven't checked it out, granted it might not be for you, but I've been personally enjoying it. As I was saying in the overview, with somebody commenting in the trailer for that anime, it's pervy, but it's good. I don't know, probably because I was binging Attack on Titan for the longest while, and no, I'm just looking for something a bit more a bit more comedic, a bit pervy, a bit itchy, I guess. So I've been really enjoying it. And even though the thing I like about it, it is pervy, mad pervy, as you're saying, Crunchyroll. On the surface, I think it has enough nuance. There's enough. I'm not saying that like it's crazy in depth, obviously, but the thing is, you usually have to kind of judge or gauge a series by how well does it do what it's trying to do. Yes, I mean, how well does it accomplish the goal that it's set out for itself? And I think for the most part, the goal that it's set out for itself, it's been doing a decent job at, because of course we have the sadistic Nagatoro that bullies our senpai, our main character, and it's just all around fun. But I think from like a male perspective, and naturally, I don't expect all guys, like even when you were back in sixth, seventh, or eighth grade, that you were that shy or that antisocial or that awkward. That's not always the case across the board, but nine times out of ten, you as a male, I would imagine back then compared to where you are now in life, you probably weren't as confident. Probably you weren't as confident in your like your social skills more than likely. So I would say in a sense you can kind of empathize or at least sympathize with the main character from that perspective as a male. And obviously even 3 episodes in, anime doesn't really take long to showcase that Nagatoro actually there's something about her we don't know so far that really, oh, okay, how should I put this? Obviously, she cares about the main character. It's not just, I mean, she does enjoy bullying him, yes, but she's trying to help him out in the grand scheme of things. And that's obvious. It's predictable. But I like it. There's nuance to her character, obviously. Mr. Sheik, yeah. Well, gone. Here talking about Don't Toy Me, Miss Nagatoro. So, yeah, I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I know with all these anime, I usually say like, "Yo, I'm going to read a manga at some point," but I hardly ever get around to it. It's just the scheduling and the timing for me. But I really would want to read the manga. I really still need to check out Uzaki-chan as well. But in due time, don't pressure me. But yeah, she likes him obviously. I mean, even comparing her, even her interactions with the other guys at the school, yeah, it's obvious. So I'm sticking around for the ride and see where it goes. I definitely would recommend it to all you guys here. It's fun. If you don't like it, fine. But I think it's a decent watch. Honestly, honestly. So yeah, if you got any guys, once I kind of start opening up the phone lines, then you guys can tell me if you want to talk more about that, or if you read the manga and without spoilers, at least tell me, if the series is going, if the story is going in a good direction, even up to the latest chapter. So there is definitely that. All right, so especially since I don't want to give spoilers for. Oh wait, hold on, guys, 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. First lady, mom, was calling. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, especially what's the name? Mr. Sheik. Don't toy me, Miss Nagatoro. Yeah, you could probably just Google search it, or just Nagatoro-san, I believe. Um, Miss Nagatoro. Oh, all right, good vibes, good vibes. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. All right, so as I was saying, third major point, Attack on Titan. Now, I've done a live stream to the final chapter. I've done a follow-up video to the final chapter. And I've done a very extensive community post on the final chapter when it comes on to Attack on Titan, just analyzing it and thing. And honestly, yo, it's honestly like it's for such an amazing series, even though the ending was like a 6.5 out of 10 for me, for such a great series like Attack on Titan, a 6.5 is really an underwhelming ending. And I can see where a lot of persons are coming from when it comes to saying like it was bad or it was horrible. As I said, like no matter what points I could list out for the ending, and in terms of what made it bad, like what didn't work for me personally, everything stems from the fact that the last chapter needed to be. I mean, it's one and the same. It's either he needed another two more chapters or an extra chapter, or the final chapter itself needed to be like 100 pages. Because the thing is, even though, like personally, like with the extensive community post that I did, I don't know if you guys, William, if you're here, Hidden Leaf, if I don't know if you guys ended up reading the community post like I had asked, but the fact that I had to really go back and really dissect a lot of things to really see the progression of Eren, and his dialogue in the end, I think for like the casual viewer who probably won't do that, it makes it hard, or at least it makes getting the point, or what he was trying to tell with the final chapter with Eren's character, like you would have to do some deep digging back into the series to really see everything and see why a lot of things were justified. But it just comes down to the presentation and the amount of time he had for said presentation. Everything, all problems with the chapter stem from that, honestly, because I've seen persons who like really hate the chapter saying that if Eren was going to be what he was in the final chapter, then Isayama really needed to spend more time to showcase Eren's mindset in the final chapter. So it all comes back down to that at the end of the day, in a nutshell, really. Honestly, that's really and truly it. I personally didn't hit the new Eren, honestly. Like, yeah, the thing is, all the persons really were into this whole Chad Eren in the final season. But I mean, for someone who's basically been repressing his emotions for 4 years, to see him break down like that, I think it's only natural. But at the same time, as I'm saying, everything just stems from Isayama just needed more time to present the build-up and transition to that in the chapter. So that's what it really comes down to, I would say. Honestly. And again, I imagine a lot of you guys have heard by now, when it comes down to the volume releases in June, I believe Isayama is releasing extra panels, extra pages. I don't know how much, but there's that to look forward to. And then any other changes the anime can possibly make to, I guess, move the ending for me from a 6.5 to hopefully like at least a 7.5. So yeah, so there's that. There is that. I don't think I said any spoilers in that, right? Just in case any anime owners were there. So yeah. But Black Clover. I apologize to all of you guys who have been wanting me to do more Black Clover videos again. Like ever since the anime ended, I've just been like out of it when it comes on to Black Clover, especially since the official chapter drops on Sunday, and usually by the time I get up on Sunday and then react to, review the Boruto episode, thumbnail, edit, put that together, and then it's Sunday, so naturally I have to prep for work and thing. Like, yeah, like usually doing 2 videos a day. There have been days in the past where I've done 3 videos in a day, but honestly, even doing more than one sometimes can be rough. But still need to, that's no excuse, I still need to get back into the Black Clover videos, but I am keeping up with the manga every week. And honestly, yeah, it is hard, Crunchyroll, honestly. And I guess with the difficulty of getting all of that done, you can see why like some YouTubers who, like probably like small YouTubers like myself, who would probably say like, yo, they're putting all this work and we're doing videos X, Y, and Z days, and the channel isn't really getting the reception you'd want. It's in some cases it can be discouraging, and I guess it leads to persons usually asking like, how do you stay motivated to do YouTube? Questions like that. So it is hard. But as I was saying, Black Clover in itself, when I like creativity with the final chapter in its finest in terms of the power system, honestly. Because I was not expecting Magna to come back in and be the one to basically be fighting Dante. That was insane to me. And with a spell that actually makes perfect sense. Like, honestly, it was so interesting seeing how Tabata made Magna really relevant again. And I think well, it's something I've said ever since getting to Black Clover. When it comes on to the cast of characters and supporting characters, that's one of like Black Clover's major strengths, and that does tie in with the whole team battles, and it's just refreshing to see, honestly, when it comes on to Black Clover and thing. So there's that. But the thing I'll say though, because as I said, I did a video with Co Spirit a few months back, um just kind of discussing about the concerns about the power skill, because right now, like, I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say Asta is captain level, to say the least, are probably bordering on Wizard King level, like literally. So the question now becomes, where does the story go from here after this arc? That's the thing. I don't doubt Tabata can craft a well decent, like a decent narrative going forward from here, but where does it go from here? I've always been saying to you guys that I feel like going forward with Black Clover, that we definitely need to, how should I put it, go to other continents, visit Yami's home world, and probably get Julius more involved back into the plot again. Those are the three things I could say off the top of my head that really needs to be done going forward for Black Clover after this arc. So there's that. We had King Bio. Yeah, I've been hearing that too, that it seems like it's going into its final arc. It's gonna be interesting to see how that ends up. But yeah, I guess I'll try getting into My Hero proper before then. Haven't read the Black Clover manga. Really? So you've just watched everything up in the anime, Patel? But yeah, manga becoming relevant again, because really and truly, he was out of the picture ever since ever since forever now. Like, since the training arc, since he hasn't really done much since anything since the time skip. So yeah, but yeah, he's become like mad. He's really relevant to the plot now. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going to go after this arc. So that's going to be interesting. I think those 3 points that I gave are going to be some decent narrative points the boss I can explore. But it feels like the more and more we go, even though I have heard Tabata say he could probably make it last as long as One Piece, but with how strong the characters are, no, like, like I don't know, like, cause Asta is honestly broken, even though his Devil Union form has like a time limit, but broken, bro. Broken. I mean, the man just beat a devil that just performed like basically the fusion dance, and he still beat it. beat it. It's complete madness if you ask me. Regime should be ended sooner than expected. I'm expecting Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen like the end of May, if not early parts of June. So yeah, that's going to be something. But the thing is, I don't mind it being that time. It gives them more time to. Even though I would imagine that if that episode is going to be like the end of May, beginning of June, based on how long animation takes, I would imagine that episode should be in its final phases of being polished off already. So yeah, I mean, potentially with My Hero, I can't say I'm not the biggest My Hero fan, so God, damn it. So yeah, what may I say? So yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea in terms of it doing a time skip and going into next manga. Probably call it My Hero something else, because they were basically dropping the academy, aren't we? So yeah. So yeah. Chapter 37, yeah. Alright, good vibes, good vibes. 203. Listen, They better pull out all the stops for for this fight now. As I've said, it's the only way to redeem Naruto. Well, Sasuke specifically. You see me? Trust me. Um, as I said, I won't talk that long, but I haven't watched the Demon Slayer movie yet, but I will be watching it this weekend. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting experience. So yeah. Anything else that comes to me regarding Demon Slayer, I guess I'll talk about it more so yeah when I start talking to you guys. Which since I've been going for 45 minutes, I think it should be time to open up the discussion lines. Um, hold on 1 second. All right, it's time to open up the lines. Hold on. Doop. All right. So here we go, people. Mm-hmm. Doop. I don't know if any of you want to come on camera, so I should probably start my virtual cam over here. And then change this to... Oh. Integrated. No. Okay, no. There we go. Okay. Kind of flip though, but... yeah. It seems kind of redundant. Alright, so I have it set up for you guys to come on one at a time at this point. So, 5 minutes each. And here we are. Our lucky winner, it's William. Well done, my youths. You hear me? Or is that I'm not hearing you? Hold on. Hold on. Maybe it's just my speakers. Oh no, I'm hearing you now. You hear me? You hear me, William? I was just hearing you a while ago.
Say something?
Yeah, I'm no, yes, maybe. Raggle Fraggle?
Nah, I can't hear you for some reason.
Alright, hold on.
Let me see if it's the headphones I have in.
Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. No. Yo. Input for me. Alright.
It's showing that you're muted.
Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry about the technical difficulty, guys. Communications. Let's see here.
Yeah, because I have YouTube open right now. It's muted, so when I unmute it on YouTube, I can hear you through YouTube. But I'm
Yeah.
not hearing you via Discord.
I'll put the voice. Microphone. No. I find this very strange. Alright, let me disconnect and reconnect. Or stop virtual camera. Doop. Oh boy. Yeah, you guys can hear him, but you can't hear me. Alright. Still nothing, I imagine. Visit settings. Hmm.
Let me
Oh no.
make sure none of my settings are off.
I feel like it's definitely on my side. G-Track
Oh no,
Pro.
everything on my end looks fine.
Positivity. Video.
I'll come out, let someone else join and see if they're hearing you.
Alright, cool. Even though I still think the problem is on my side. Sorry about the technical difficulties again, guys. I'm not sure what's happening with my mic not being picked up on Discord tonight. I feel like it might be a issue. Hardware and sound. Let's see. Output device. It's a microphone. Stereo mix. Recording. Alright, I think I know what the problem is, William, if you're back on the YouTube side. Let me just change something in the settings on my computer here, because I think that might be the issue. Doom. Phone, Realtek. Set default. Playback. Headphones. And okay. Let's check. Testing. Still not picking up. Alright guys, give me some time. Let me just figure out what the heck is going on. Because naturally you guys are hearing me perfectly on YouTube, I imagine. But Discord is not picking up the microphone. Recording. Testing. Do. Alright. Require user entry for the play. Okay, to continue. Okay. Still not picking up the mic. I don't know what's going on, guys. This is strange. The only difference tonight is that I'm using Bluetooth earpods, wireless earpods, but that's the only difference. It shouldn't be really affecting this. William or somebody else join and let me know if you can hear me now via Discord, even though this still sitting saying it's not picking up. Questions 0241. Testing. Mic device. Not getting anything from it at all, bro. Maybe I should switch over. Something else. Speech. Recording. Alright, let me disable that. Oh. think this is working now. Yeah. All right. I think I've solved the mystery. So William or anybody else, I think you can rejoin. No. Stop testing. All right. So it seems like it was the. You hear me now, William?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. It seems like it was the Bluetooth. It was the Bluetooth earpods really. So I just disabled it in on my computer. I guess the mic portion of it, that is. So yeah, some conflict there. But all
Yeah,
right.
I I figured it was that.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, guys. But William, welcome back, man. What's popping?
Everything's cool. How was your month, dude?
Um. Well, a lot of ups and downs. If I'm not lying, like between work and interviews for new jobs, and I had a friend whose parents died, and I kind of I went and visited him and a bunch of stuff. So it's been hectic, and of course with even Attack on Titan, Boruto, the usual. So it's been kind of hectic.
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
So yeah. You guys
Yeah,
can hear
well,
William
again,
properly still, right? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear William and still hear me properly. Even though I think it should be good based on what OBS is displaying here. But yeah, as you were saying, William.
Uh, well, this was my birthday month, so
Oh
in
wow.
that regard, it was cool. But
Happy,
other
happy
than
belated
that,
birthday,
I'm
man.
from I think yeah, thanks. Other than that, I'm from like I told you before, I'm from Saint Vincent. So
Yeah.
right now, this month, the volcano erupted.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 days, been having like heavy rain, so flood warnings and stuff, landslides.
Yeah. I've an ex
Um,
brethren in Saint Vincent, so I know, man. It's been ridiculous in terms of the whole volcano issue.
so you guys in Jamaica obviously, I'm guessing, heard the news about what's going on here.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. As I said, I even have a friend there in Saint Vincent. Otherwise, so yeah, man, it's been pretty rough based on what I've been hearing.
Yep.
So,
But
yeah.
other than that, when it comes to like just fandoms and the culture of online and some media and stuff, it's been very enjoyable, especially with Boruto and stuff.
Yeah,
April and May seems gonna be two really good months for at least the Boruto anime and manga, but mostly the anime.
yeah.
Also,
Well, I mean, I did say it in December that 2021. It seems like it is going to be the year of Boruto. So, uh,
I said 2020 and 2021 both.
let me see. Let me see. Where were we anime wise? Yeah,
Last year we started off with the
Mujina Bandits, right?
Mujina Bandit
Yeah.
arc, and then after that we got the Kara actuation. Made a
Mhm.
few stuff in between, but like bridge episodes, and then the vessel arc right after that, and now Kawaki. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. But yeah, it's kind of like as I was saying before. Like right now, I'm really content with where like the quality that the Boruto anime is really pushing out on a weekly basis, and especially since also a manga reader, like it's even better just to see the fine tuning they're doing and the changes going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. What was I gonna say to you again? Dang it. Crunchyroll Con says, "Let's see your search history." Listen, man. As a true man of culture, we use incognito. But yeah, but Demon Slayer. Um, it's as I said before, I will be watching the movie using some more than questionable means, this weekend. But I mean, what about you? Is it something you're looking forward to when it comes on to the movie?
I may watch the movie this weekend because it's gonna be like a holiday weekend. Tomorrow is
Yeah.
May 1st. I may watch it, but it's not like something that like into enthusiastic about checking
Yeah.
out. Um, like I'm not saying I don't enjoy the anime. Season 1 was cool. It had some cool parts. I think people overhype it, just like with most of like My Hero. Um, so I may watch it, but I'm not in a rush to watch it.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. I still might watch it tonight after watching the final episode of Invincible, but no promises,
Yeah.
guys, on doing like a review video. I might make a community post on it, but no promises on a video. So yeah,
Actually, Sanju, how from what you remember from the 4th season of Demon Slayer, how would
yeah.
you rate the series so far?
Um, like story wise, I thought it was decent. I mean, visually speaking, art animation, top tier, definitely. I think that's like one of the big selling points. But I think the story was
Does
decent and ripe with
does it give
potential.
you Inuyasha? Does it give you Inuyasha vibes?
Not honestly, I wouldn't really say so. Honestly, because Inuyasha still had that romance, drama, love triangle aspect, you know, which was tied to it. But nah, it definitely doesn't give me Inuyasha vibes. If I'm being quite honest, especially like with how Tanjiro is as a main character. It's almost night and day between him and Inuyasha. If I'm being quite honest, but I could see
No, when I
why.
really said that, I meant like yeah, the feudal time setting,
Well, yeah,
um,
feudal Japan, demons. Yeah.
Naraku, Naraku, and
If Naraku was Michael
Mizan,
Jackson.
yeah.
But yeah, I get
But yeah,
definitely see where you're
I
coming from with
I
that.
may check it out. I may check it out. The Attack on Titan finale. This is the thing with me, right?
Yeah.
I never read the manga for Attack on Titan. I follow the anime.
So
I
you're up to
haven't
date
even
with the
seen every.
anime.
Yeah, but I also know what happened in the manga because honestly, I don't really care about spoilers like that. I usually
Yeah.
watch the videos on YouTube and stuff. So, are you now all caught up with both the anime and the manga? Well,
Wait, wait,
at
wait.
least I'm guessing you know. I'm guessing you know what happened at the end.
Yeah, as I said before when we were talking last week, yeah, I did basically before even this season of the anime, this part of season 4 ended. I had read up until chapter 138. So yeah, so I was literally just waiting for the final chapter to drop before this month came along. So yeah, so yeah, I'm basically up to date. The only thing I haven't really checked out Attack on Titan are like the side stories and like the OVs or anything. So those are the only things I haven't really checked out for the series. And just in case, Siddiqui, are you here in stream? Let me know. Message me on my phone if anything, because I know, as we said, you're anime only. Don't want to spoil it for you. Um, so yeah, fair warning. If you are in the stream, message me. And once we're finished with the whole Attack on Titan, then I'll message you to tell you to come back if you're here in stream. So yeah. All right. So as you were saying, William.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you know what happened at the end because of
Yep.
all the spoilers and everything going around with it.
Well, I read the chapter. I literally bought the final chapter, literally, on
Oh, okay.
Comixology. Yeah,
Okay. So here's my question to you.
yeah.
From everything you've seen to where the anime has left off, and now
Hmm.
everything you've seen with the manga, is there a big like the association with you, like the Eren we see in the anime now to the Eren we see at the end in the manga, and is like to you, is there like a clash, or at least does it not fully make sense where he has gone to at the end of the story?
Um, I would say no. There's not a disassociation. Probably if I was looking at it just in the context of how he's been portrayed in season 4 until now, I could probably say that. But it's like the way he was portrayed in the final chapter. It's not like we've never ever seen Eren like that before. So because of that,
Have we?
take for example when not necessarily that the love and romance aspect and wishing he could be with X and X person, but for example, even when he learned about Grisha killing the Reese family in season 3, and Historia basically having to bump him on the head to stop crying and say, "Yo, I'm not gonna kill you, fam. I'm gonna do what I want to do." And Eren kind of feeling sorry for himself and say, "Yo, I'm not really special," and stuff like that. Or even in season 3, when before Historia killed her dad, and he was saying, like, he was punching himself to say, "Yo, like, I need to kind of man up and stop being a," for lack of better term, stop being a bitch. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it's like there's no big disassociation for me personally speaking.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I totally don't even recall the first scenario you just broke
That's
down
that. You
there.
see, that's what I'm saying. That I think that's like, it's not the problem across the board, but I think one of the biggest problems is that, especially if you're like a casual watcher, is like a lot of things that Isayama might have dropped about Eren's character, you might not remember. So by the time you read the final chapter or hear about the final chapter, you're like, what? Why is Eren acting like this? You know what I mean? That's why I made that when we talked last week, and I was explaining that I made that extensive community post because I literally went back to select chapters, because the thing is, a lot of what Eren experienced kind of depends on interpreting the future memories, the panels that were there that basically showed what memories or what pieces of memories he would have gotten from his future self, essentially. So yeah. um
Here's my thing with that, right?
yeah.
And I've seen other reviewers and just people give their opinion on it, and to me it makes sense. Like, okay, so Aaron views himself as being free because he's doing what he wants. He isn't following someone else's rules. Um, he's doing what he wants, even if it is killing thousands of people. He's free, and that's what he wants to do, and that's what he chose to do. But
Yes.
no, now we know the reason he went along with this specific plan with the situation is because he saw future memory where he did it. So in his mind, he's already gonna do it in the future. So he's just gonna do the plan, the steps to get to that point. Is that, and you probably have thought about this or seen others mention it, but
Yeah.
is that really freedom? Like,
No, it's not
you know
freedom.
something is gonna happen,
Yeah.
and so and it's a horrible situation however you break it down, but
Mm-hmm.
because it happens and you know it's gonna happen, you do the steps to get it there. So you're following a preset or predestined planned, but is that really truly freedom? Wouldn't
No.
freedom be no
No.
freedom
No.
be in a way that you could change it? Or I'm guessing it's that Aaron didn't want to change it and he was happy with the way things ended, I guess.
The thing is, even though, all right, so the first thing you mentioned about him, doing the rumbling, and him seeing that as freedom because it's what he wants to do. I look at it in two. All right, I could split it in two ways because honestly, by the time the end of season 3 comes, or even before he kisses Historia's hand and gets the future memories, when I look at Eren personally, this might be a subjective thing, but I feel him wanting freedom. I think by that time he starts to realize it's not as straightforward as as how we'd want it to be, because at the end of the day, no matter what, he still dies in 4 years. No matter what, even if he ran off and decided not to do the rumbling, he still dies in 4 years. He cannot escape that. So I think everything combined, he started to realize that it's the nuance of it. He realizes it's not as freedom for him is can't be as straightforward as he wants it to be. However, he has a policy on how he operates in the concept of freedom. If X and Y persons try to take my freedom, then I'll take back their freedom essentially. And him actually going ahead with the rumbling is just him going forward with his policy on that. Hence why you'll see a lot of persons who I would say objectively analyze it will say that the rumbling, even though he was trying with the survey corps to find alternatives, at the end of the day, it's something he wanted to do at the end of the day. And the only thing is when he got the further memories of Ymir, it only reinforced it to say, oh, this is something I want to do, fine, but I could still say no. But at the end of the day, I could still do the rumbling and ensure that my friends and party can live, long and healthy lives free of the curse of Ymir, essentially. So it's kind of like where parties, the walls, and the island itself and the curse of Ymir is the cage, figuratively speaking, I guess. And him deciding to go ahead with the rumbling because it would lead to, of course, Mikasa killing him and freeing them from the curse. It kind of frees them from, essentially, figuratively speaking, or metaphorically speaking, the cage the world has put them in as being, devils, essentially. So that's what I say. It's kind of like, at the end, Eren realizes he can't really have freedom for himself, but he can at least enforce his policy on freedom, and at least get freedom on a, I guess, a metaphorical or figurative sense for his people, essentially. Hopefully, I didn't really... I know that was kind of long-winded still, but hopefully you kind of get what I'm saying.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
I guess it's just that a lot of persons had their own viewpoint of how they thought the series would or should end. Yeah. Which obviously everyone does, but to me, is kind of the way the author went about it. That the end gives a big like Game of Thrones season 8 kind of vibes, which is just everything beforehand is great, but let's be honest, the end will leave a bad taste and honestly affect how people view the entire series as a whole.
And I agree with you. While I feel it wasn't as bad as Game of Thrones season 8, but I agree with you. And as I said, everything just comes down to the fact that how it was presented in such few pages, essentially. So everything really comes down to the fact that he really needed a lot of chapters he needed more pages to really showcase more of Eren's viewpoint over the course of season 4. Because honestly, when you're dealing with, and I've heard YouTubers say it, when you're dealing with stuff like, not necessarily time travel, but like future memories, and as he said, being able to see the past, present, and future, Ymir and the Titan Centipede, these are all somewhat complex stuff, and it's just that we kind of breezed over it for the final chapter. Hence why, if you don't really, at least for some aspects of Eren's transition in this final season, if you don't really go back and really look back at some points in the story, then the ending really becomes underwhelming, to say the least.
Here's my thing, right?
Yeah.
I could see the whole parallels with Mikasa at the end because when they were younger, Mikasa drove Eren to kill, protect himself and her, and now at the end, Mikasa having to kill him, save what's left of the world.
Yeah.
I could see that coming around full circle. But would that like so you may to your mayor seeing someone who loves another person so deeply having to put them down
Yeah.
give me was enough for her. But my thing is, of course, Mikasa was gonna kill Eren. The dude has killed women, children.
Children.
He's destroying everyone brutally left in the world. So of course, no matter how much Mikasa loves him, if she didn't kill him, she would be an even worse character. So of
Yeah.
course she would do it. So I don't see how that is that much of a big impact on you, man.
That's the thing.
Because
That's the thing. It's basically what I just said, where Ymir and the Titan Centipede are such big elements in the story, but we
oh, you is a
don't.
trash character.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't get much from them from
Oh no,
Isayama in the end.
what from what we got, you made just the logics. Like I get it. She grew up poor, mistreated by her villagers. Um, that something messed up happened to her. But here's the thing: she got enslaved by a king, someone of a higher ranking position than her in life. Used, abused, then even had her body eaten by their children
Yeah,
keep that to keep that power going for him to control, right?
yeah,
I don't see how even if you grew up as a slave, after what thousands of years you being spiritually alive, you still having strong feelings towards this individual, and then a random person killing another psychotic person is enough for you to say, okay, dude, it's time to end this Titan stuff.
yeah.
Really?
I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with you. And
Yeah.
it's kind of why I feel even Mikasa herself, like Mikasa and Ymir, they should have gotten like much more, should I say screen time, or just much more development. Like, just we needed more from Ymir. Honestly, that's all I'm saying. We needed
Anyway,
more from Ymir.
do you like Mikasa's character, by the way? I want to hear your opinion of Mikasa's character, actually.
I'm kind of indifferent if I'm being if I'm being honest. Like, I mean, she's badass, yeah, I like that. But other than that,
Is that the only thing you like about her? Because people are always saying they like Mikasa, but what do you like about Mikasa? She's badass. Honestly, Mikasa is just Sakura without medical skills and is a
mhm.
little bit more badass moments, and that's the only reason people like her.
Would I compare to Sakura? I don't know.
Yo, Mikasa. Okay, would you say like she's more like a combo of Sakura slash Hinata? She's shy about her liking of Eren, but she's badass and people like her because she's badass. But she's kind of a simp for Eren to a point where she's
The Eren fan
annoying.
club.
Yeah, I never
Um,
got people's like of Mikasa. Like Levi is a much better
yeah,
badass character.
Levi is the goat. Like, honestly, Levi forever Beyblading. But honestly, I'm kind of indifferent towards Mikasa. I mean, I can empathize where she's coming from with where like why she simps for Eren, for lack of a better term. I don't have a problem with her quote unquote simping. Because as I said, I can empathize where she's coming from. But other than that, and her being a badass, the thing is she doesn't really get much more. Well, there are just one and two scenes that they didn't include from the manga from season 3, but in the grand scheme of things, yeah, Mikasa doesn't get the development I think over the course of the series that I think she should have gotten for the end we got with her killing Eren to feel a bit more like extreme payoff. So for example, you would have heard in the second to last chapter that there was a scene between Eren and Mikasa, whether it be a dream, shared dream, or some shared time in the past regarding them spending 4 years together. We should have got much more of that, but I'm hopefully expecting that we'll get that in the anime. Too, because something like that would have fleshed out her character more, I feel. But yeah. Alright, but William, I'm gonna let you go for a little bit because I I didn't realize it was so long we've been chatting. I want to get somebody else on as well.
Yeah, man, no problem. Cool.
Alright. Respect, bro. Yeah, so as I was saying, guys, when it comes down to like Mikasa, like I think it just comes down to the fact that we really needed some more time with her, and I think at this point the only thing that can be salvaged with her character regarding the anime is the 4 years she would have spent with Eren in the past realm, it seems. Let's see what we have in the chat here. Momo the one, Yadi in the building. Yeah, well go on, brother. How excited are you for Naruto versus Delta? I'm excited, but honestly, I'm more excited for Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen. But I still have high hopes and expectations for the Naruto versus Delta fights. I mean, the anime has been doing wonders in terms of like fleshing out the manga-based material. So, yes, it's as messed up as Naruto's. Yeah, like honestly, it was messed up even when we read it in the manga, but I believe episode 192, which was the flashback episode with Kawaki, did wonders to really elevate it to like us sympathizing and feeling sorry for him to like a next level. Honestly, it was it was honestly tragic. Honestly, 4 persons in here, of course, guys. Remember the link to the Discord is in the description below. All our audio issues have been sorted out now. Apologies for that. Again, doom. Who else plans to join? Well, it's the only voice channel in the server, the Yo voice channel. Or is that everybody here is already familiar with it? Let me know if you plan to join. If not, I might have to invite back William on. But because I've already spent like the initial 45 minutes of the stream just talking, so yeah, I want to hear more so from what you guys have to say based on the anime we have in the thumbnail or anything else in general. I mean, it's a subscriber live stream, so yeah. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 23 minutes now, so yeah, probably want to wrap up by 2 hours time the most. Funny, I'm still reflecting on the fact that we had a 5-hour stream in December. Like, that was complete insanity, if I'm being honest. I need to really go back and watch back some of these streams, honestly. Complete madness. I guess for now I'll increase the amount of, well, if nobody one-on-one isn't going to join, then I will definitely increase the amount of persons that can join on the voice channel. Save. Alright, so 7 other persons can join the voice channel now. Anybody? No one? Bad bitches? Yo. But like generally speaking, when it comes on to like the Boruto anime right now, the reason why I'm like extremely hyped, I mean apart from just an animation standpoint from the upcoming fights, is for them to rectify any choreography issues. It's your dad? Well, go on.
What's up?
I'm here, man, trying to, be a somewhat successful YouTuber, something like that.
Yeah,
What's up?
No, I wasn't here. past 2 weeks because of exams.
No
So I
pressure, man. I
couldn't
know it is.
go. Yeah, I couldn't reach the Boruto manga live stream thing.
That's alright.
That's
And
why I missed.
funny enough, that stream I managed to get the day off. But if you had watched the stream, I guess you would know by now.
Yep.
Yeah. So exams, how were the exams though, man?
Good, good. I mean, I had 4 exams in 1 week, so that
Eh.
was stressful.
Yeah, sounds disgusting.
So I mean, yeah, I know it's brutal. But my final exam was yesterday, so I'm just waiting for my marks and just chilling.
Alright, no pressure. And plus it's the weekend. Can, put your feet up, kick back, chillax,
Yeah.
drink some ishiki wine.
And today I had volunteering, so
Uh, so man, I mean, what's on in terms of anime for this past month, this April, I mean, what's on your mind?
oh, I'm just watching. I mean, I'm watching MH My Hero, but other
Yeah.
than that, it's Boruto's the only thing I'm currently watching right now.
Zin. I mean, your thoughts on the Boruto anime as of recent? The keeping up with the Uzumaki
I haven't.
household arc?
I actually haven't watched 196 and 195 yet
Mm-hmm.
because of obviously that past 2 weeks I was studying. So I'm gonna watch it today.
Yeah.
But I do know what happens. I know what because I read the manga chapter, so I know what happens.
Yeah. Well, definitely check it out. You'll really appreciate the changes they've made.
Okay.
You'll know them when you see them. So
Yeah.
it's very refreshing to see how they're fine tuning and just like fleshing out the manga more.
Yeah.
So of course we
And
have the big Naruto versus Delta fight coming up.
yeah, I think about 198. I think.
Give or take.
Yeah. Okay.
Give or take. Give or
That's probably gonna be trending on Twitter.
take.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, honestly. Well, I mean, Naruto's fighting, so I don't see why not. But as King Bio is saying here in the chat, the Jigen fight is gonna destroy the internet.
Probably will. But have story period said period said that after the Delta fight are they going to focus on the manga thing or no?
Wait, say it again.
Have Studio Period or any of the animation companies for Boruto have they stated after the Delta fight they're gonna focus on manga content? Or you think it's
Um, I think I don't think there's been anything statement wise outside of tentative episode titles that I've seen
Okay.
via Organic Dinosaur's Twitter feed.
Mhm.
So yeah. But I understand why you asked because there is that segment of time where, Naruto was teaching Kawaki ninjutsu,
Yeah.
which would have been the prime opportunity for some, additional episodes.
Yeah.
But I guess, for the
Would
most part, they don't want to slow down the pacing too much, even though the additional material has been enhancing the story. But I guess they don't want to slow it down too much.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see how Stardom unlocks her third more soon.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking forward to too. William, what say you?
For me, I want. A lot of people probably wouldn't want this, but I don't really care. I would want after the Delta fight and how much ever long the whole training montage we got in the manga. Basically, could have a bunch of episodes with Kawaki training, him trying to learn his nature type, shadow clone jutsu. They could adapt the novel stuff with Sasuke goes on a mission with Sarada, I believe, and that is when she starts learning the tree Tomo. Or at least they do a few episodes with her learning the Chidori, starting to learn. They don't have to show the complete end of that, and they could just show the beginning, and then we see the final thing when they fight, you know who.
Yeah.
Eventually. Other than that, honestly, I think they need an arc or two with just Kawaki doing stuff outside the manga content.
Yeah.
Like that would make the most sense to me. I had always said they could have another movie once Kawaki gets introduced, and even if they don't do that, just a few arcs with him outside of the manga stuff.
So yeah, so some Kawaki training arcs.
Kawaki training, just Kawaki doing stuff with
Mhm.
Boruto and them.
Yeah, I see. Building
Um,
up the relationships. Yeah.
I don't know how because I think Sanju, you're the one who stated that it wouldn't make sense for them to have them out the village now, with Kara being a big thing and wanting them.
Yeah.
So I believe what they're more than likely gonna do is just have a few episodes in the village and training and stuff,
Yeah.
and then get to the jig and stuff.
Yeah, because if I'm being
Um,
honest, especially even based on the episode counts and persons expecting the fight with Jigen to be in episode 203, like between what you just said
that,
with Sarada training and Kawaki training,
that
I
would
could.
that that wouldn't make sense to me though. Like having the Delta fight now and then just a couple episodes later the big Jigen fight.
Well, I mean, it was
Nah.
just four chapters between between
Yeah.
the end of the something slow. Yeah, and it just seems at the end of the day that they're not gonna be adding like with what you said with Sarada and Kawaki, I could probably see them like getting an episode each. Honestly,
Hmm.
if the Jigen fight ends up really being episode 203. So, yeah.
What episode is gonna show this Sunday? Is it
What?
190 something still?
I believe
Episode 200.
197.
107, sorry, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be
Nah,
Um,
197.
maybe to me nah. I don't see them having the Jigen fight that quick.
yeah, I don't think.
The Delta fight in May, and well, so okay. So 198 you said is this week, right?
No,
No, 197.
197.
I
Okay,
have missed.
197. So 97, 98, 99. Okay, so by the end of May, episode 200. And then in June the next month, the Jigen fight. Maybe? To me, that is kind of quick.
Well, let me see. 197 should be going into the events of chapter 30. So,
Yeah.
and then between 198, 199, we're looking at 30, wow, 31, 32. Yeah, and yeah, because I believe 198 is titled Monsters. And of course, that would be referencing the fact that, Delta called Naruto a monster because of his, tail beast mode and thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, if they continue with the current pace and add just a bit of, touch ups here and there just to make the eventual payoff, the eventual epic moments in the manga feel more, earned, then 203. That sounds about it.
But I think,
Yeah, go ahead.
but I think before the whole Jigen thing, they have to clarify because yeah. So before the whole Jigen fight happens, yeah, before the whole Jigen fight happens, we still have to like remember that against the Team 7 versus Boro fight happens, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
we
no,
have to
no,
kind of
no.
find
Team
out.
7 versus Bor actually happens after the Jigen fight.
Yeah, KK kills him. Yeah, I forgot. I got my whole thing mixed up.
No pressure.
So, but I think they're gonna show us the whole Sarda thing first. I think they're gonna
Yeah,
show us that because
they have to.
the
Have to.
whole the whole yeah, because the whole ideology of Sarda's Mangekyo is her unlocking it through emotions, right?
I mean, is that every Uchiha really?
I mean,
No,
yeah, that's the biggest theory that she's gonna break that Uchiha curse, or whatever, of seeing someone die and her unlocking
Find a
it.
way to do it another
That,
way.
yeah, that's like the biggest theory the Boruto fandom has on Sarada.
mm,
So I
from
think her unlocking the third Tomoe will kind of be symbolic. Like
Yeah.
she unlocked it through some sort of emotional touch that's not bad in any way?
From the way I've understood it always, right? The
Yeah.
Leaf Village has or people in general has always viewed it as negative emotions. But from the way I've always viewed it, plus seeing Sarada like how she's started gaining her powers and how they explained it like with they release chemicals from their brains and they unlock the Sharingan. I to me I've always kind of thought like maybe any strong emotion would unlock it. Like it doesn't have to be negative, like just any super strong emotions that affects people. So like sadness, hatred, love should be able to unlock it. Like um so to me it's not gonna be like a big thing because like I think that's always been out there as a possibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not too far fetched,
Because
cause
Himawari she unlocked a Byakugan when she was pissed because of all the
teddy
being
bear.
messed
Yeah.
up. Sasuke and Itachi and them because of losing someone. So a lot of the times we've seen like negative or like stressful emotions. So it would be cool, yeah, as you said, like with Sarda, seeing with like a positive mindset, maybe the fact that her father is training her helps her to fully unlock that kind of power.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not too far fetched because if we're even using how, if it's like a similar to concept to like how Sasuke levels up from his level 2 Tomoe Sharingan to his level 3 in the Valley at the End,
Yeah.
it seemed like more like a, could I say a resonance or like an emotional connection with Naruto. It really pushed him to level 3.
Determination, I was.
Yeah. Our conviction, yeah. So I mean, it's not too much of a stretch unless Kishimoto wants to definitely or specifically say that the Mangekyo needs that negative or pain of loss emotion to really be unlocked. Really,
Wait, do you think she's gonna get the EMS or she's gonna get the she's gonna keep her Mangekyo?
I feel like she's gonna get the Mangekyo, but there might be like a subplot regarding naturally her, combating the eventual blindness.
Uh-huh.
Unless,
Cause I think she can get the Hunter Healings marker whatever.
yeah, that definitely is gonna be a factor. Unless Amado
So
can build something to
Oh yeah,
to rectify
um
that.
this guy.
actually I just realized something. You guys remember in the manga just before what was it? Just before Jigen came and took Naruto, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were gonna go to Tsunade and speak to her, but they got
yeah,
cut short. The
Yeah.
anime could do something where like they actually went to Tsunade, talked to her, and then like when they were coming back, that is when Naruto got captured. Or not, but they could actually do something with that because we've never gotten that back in the story unless they're
ever
gonna like do
since.
unless they're gonna say like that gets dealt with in the time skip. So
That
the
would,
anime could actually
I mean, even though that would be a decent size change, and that wouldn't be the first for the Boruto anime as of late. But if I remember incorrectly, Mitsuki and Boruto were jumping through the trees, and then his karma started resonating with Kawaki. He fell down,
yeah.
and then they decided to turn back. So, I don't know. Like, just the inclusion of the old generation of characters is something I don't know when or where they're gonna do it, because I think the longer, honestly, in my opinion, the longer Kishimoto goes without like involving them in some shape or form, there it adds like a layer or atmosphere of ridiculousness to the story, because you're telling me the old generation, Lee, Kakashi, Tsunade, all these persons are outside the village while first like Ishiki and Kara are like abducting the Hokage and Like, do these persons not hear about this when Kakashi and these persons come back to the village, or to say, "Hey, Naru, Wagwan, I heard you got your ass kicked like again because it's not your story anymore."
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they need to
I
be
mean,
included at some point.
are we like honestly speaking, Kakashi strong enough to take down?
Well, no,
Like
I
the
mean,
Sasuke
I'm not
level?
expecting him to come and bust open a bottle of Ishiki wine
Yeah,
and
it's not like
get 100 times
dual
stronger
EMS.
or something, but
Yeah.
do
Because if we're
something
talking
with him.
dual EMS Kakashi, then
Yeah, I mean, that could potentially do
Wait,
something.
what?
No, he was saying
You
probably dual EMS six parts, but
Nah,
nah.
that wouldn't do anything. Yo, Ishiki would blitz that, knock him out, body him.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kamui is pretty OP though.
Yeah, that's the other
Nah,
thing.
Kamui is pretty
nah.
OP.
Nah, Ishiki could easily counter that by just teleporting, just like he can, like most Otsutsuki can, or just shrink and do it.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you said,
true. But as he's talking from perspective, of even attacking Kakashi as well.
but if Ishiki does shrink, can he like track out this Sharingan?
Well, yeah, he would be able to because I mean Sasuke was able to.
Yeah.
Sasuke was able to, but as William was saying, I mean, if he starts, well, granted, I mean, he would have twice the speed with both
Yeah.
Mangekyo, but
That's the
Ishiki,
thing, right?
yeah,
I've thought about like the main killing aspect of the Kumoi that Kakashi used is that he can use it, for example, on someone's head and deactivate it, all right, and basically their head would be teleported into the other dimension, and so they'll be dead.
yeah,
So cool. But the thing with that though, when it comes to Ishiki, I'm guessing, yeah, if he gets a lock on Ishiki's head and then sends it or deactivates it into the other dimension, then he would kill Ishiki. Um, but would he have enough stamina to do it? I'm guessing what you're saying is that he has Obito's chakra, so he has both, so he has the stamina.
well, I'm trying to think back to the Kaguya fight because the dual EMS didn't deactivate till they came back to Earth, right?
After Obito's chakra left it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would have after Kaguya was sealed and he came back, and so he has a decent time to actually do a fight. So there's that. Can track him. I mean, as I said, even if he locks onto Ishiki, I mean, yeah, Ishiki can still escape via his space-time ninjutsu, but it's just that it comes down to the question with both Mangekyo, would Kamui be faster than how Ishiki can transport himself out of it? That's it. It comes down to that question now.
Not only even that, because I just realized, because honestly, Ishiki could just enlarge a building from his own dimension on Kakashi, drop it on him. Boom.
If he doesn't manage to phase through it in time, but
Or would just drop one of the cubes on Kakashi.
True. I mean, granted, if we're being honest, a lot of the chakra rods that Ishiki could use, he could probably enlarge them, like probably place them without Kakashi realizing and just instantly enlarge them, giving multiple stabbing injuries to him before he can even activate Kamui for them to phase through him. So,
By the way,
yeah.
I've wondered about that. If one of you could break it down for me, in his fight, in Ishiki's fight while he was controlling Jigen's body against Naruto and Sasuke,
Yeah.
was it that he was shooting out the rods at miniature size out of his body into theirs, then enlarging them? Or
I
actually
think.
was using the eye jutsus from the karma, and we thought he was enlarging them after firing them, but he was like teleporting them from the other dimension,
I
just where
mean,
Naruto and Sasuke are.
I either works. I mean, most Otsutsuki always seem to be able to produce the chakra rods. So there could be there could be something that he actually fires out naturally, but I mean,
Yeah.
he would
I
have
mean,
to
I think
Now
fire
like
them
that we
off
know, now that we know how his abilities work, I'm thinking it's the other way.
in terms of bringing them from the dimension.
Yeah, and he just basically like instead of bringing them in front, just bring them where Naruto and Sasuke are. But it could be he actually fired them in large. But
Yeah. I mean, honestly, either works. Either works, really.
yeah.
Either works. But,
I think
oof.
Kagura also had the black rods too.
Wait, say that again?
Did Kagura I think did Kagura have the black rods?
Yeah, I believe she could use the black rods too. Yeah, should have been able to, I believe. Yeah.
we saw her at least use the bone technique. I don't
Yeah.
remember her using the rods. But basically remember the rods are a version of Yang release. So
Yeah,
since they have all of that, they should be able to.
yeah,
You,
true.
you basically create matter out of nothing, out of shadow.
Would you say that? Well, Young release. Yeah, more physical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That more
Anyway,
sounds more like it.
I'm curious. You wanted to discuss an etchy anime or something?
Well, with we mean with the Nagatoro Nagatoro in the bottom right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I did talk about it a lot in the initial
Oh,
45 minutes.
I, I came in late then.
Oh, you came in
Just
late.
just just before we do move on to a new topic, I just want to talk about the new Kara this we got in 57 chapter.
Yeah, you mean like with Code and Ida, best
I honestly
what? Best girl?
I honestly do think I know this is a bit too out of hand, but I honestly do think this new Kara does have potential, especially with this whole Ida thing.
I think they do. And I think they
could
do
want
from
it.
the perspective of they could, in retrospect, flesh out the
Yeah.
other car members we initially got as well. So it just depends on how Kishimoto does it.
We have some sort of background for Ida, obviously not too much, right, about her not like feeling real emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But because the old car we didn't really have much on them except for like vegan beings wanting like more power to the chakra suit.
Yeah.
This car does have some sort of something on her mind, and
Yeah.
if Kishimo does flesh it out with his whole like, philosophy thing he always around goes on about.
Yeah. Wait, hold
Especially the
on. William, we're getting is it your background or is it
oh
you? Oh, there we go. Alright, yes, as you were saying, your dad.
yeah. So with his whole his philosophy thing, if he includes it into Ida's background because we haven't known anything about Ida's background, her Senergon or whatever she calls it.
Yeah.
Code being an Uzumaki, we don't know that. If anything like close to that does tie up into this, we
Mm-hmm.
really do have some sort of Akatsuki 2.0. I know I'm pushing it too much, but we have something.
No, there's definitely potential there, man. So I'm not gonna even dismiss what you're saying at all. There's definitely potential there.
Yo, question. Have any of you ever wondered what's people's obsession with the Akatsuki like comparison with Kara? Like, I get it, the Akatsuki, the robes. I love the robes, I love the symbol.
Yeah.
They were cool. But based on like just an organizational standpoint, yes, Kara has a lot of dudes in there that don't care about each other. But really, the Akatsuki had the same thing, backstabbing dudes who were just there for money or didn't really care.
Yeah.
The only two people who really were down was Nagato and Conan. Isame because he was loyal. Obito had his own plan. Nagato had his own plan. At least with Kara, it's all these guys are weaker. The stronger ones than Jigen were put away. everyone who is weaker and was who try to get got rid of
Yeah.
walk under me. We all walk for my goal. Get the tree, get the fruit. You gain power or whichever you want. Once I become fully reborn, we could go from dimension to dimension. You don't really need the earth, and it's a more powerful organization to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get the. I get it. This nostalgia, but people keep comparing and saying Kara is nothing compared to the Akatsuki. And the
Um.
Akatsuki
Because
were
All right. All
yeah,
right. Let me go because
yeah, you go on.
apart from any discussions that we've had on the whole Akatsuki versus Kara thing already, William, I know that you mentioned. I've been kind of thinking that there are a number of other factors. I feel because, for example, yeah, like Kara is stronger. They're more unified. Well, I mean, with the exception of Hashin Koji and Amato, but
more
they're
organized, I would say.
yeah, they're more
And
organized
Victor.
and thing. But I think in terms of why persons keep comparing or at least say the Akatsuki were better, apart from nostalgia, it's like the other feelings I feel the Akatsuki evoked. Because alright, so for example, one comment I saw since this week is that someone was saying, yeah, Kara is super powerful. But most of the members that we've seen already, they haven't gotten a win. Like most of them didn't really take long before they went down essentially.
Yeah.
And I think with the Akatsuki, the big thing is since in a lot of cases they were introducing parts of the story where they were either much stronger than your main character or like they were like a serious threat for even the senior characters. Like
Yeah.
they kind of had like a
And
more imposing feeling at the time as opposed to Car where you know they're strong but it's like and yeah they are stronger than our main character Boruto no but it's like there's that Naruto and Sasuke in the backdrop where yeah they're strong but it's not really until like the Jigen fight you're saying oh shit you know what I mean but and then even then the fact that Ishiki himself is already dead is like Hmm.
Well, that is like saying though, like Naruto and Sasuke had already gotten the Sage of Six Path powers
Yeah.
when they were fighting the Akatsuki. Would have been the same thing, but even worse.
Yeah.
I think something that does also factor in is whole Kishimoto's because Kishimoto is based off of whole tying back to whole like philosophical things, and
Yeah.
Nagato's backstory was kind of tragic.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get anything on. I mean, we did some. We did get Jigen's, but it's not level of like Nagato's, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get a model's backstory. That's something we're waiting for. That could be something that could uh, take help board to take the extra step through a model's whole backstory. Victor was just useless. Not gonna lie, I'm sorry about that, but he was garbage.
I
Um,
mean, if it wasn't for the anime, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, Code, we saw potential on him. He's like the new Nagato. Um, Delta again, nothing on her. She just got her ass kicked. Yeah, so Boro again, nothing. He just had a cult. So it's not really like we got Conan's backstory. We got I mean Sasori had a pretty good backstory too.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
We got nothing for Kara except we were just waiting on Code and the model. We haven't got anything for them too.
So it almost
Okay,
feels like it's bare bones essentially.
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
okay, I would say like when you talk really get into it, the Akatsuki characters, because of the backstory and everything, they're more interesting. At least we got more with them so far. So hopefully the anime will help better with this for Kara, at least.
Yeah, as I'm saying, right now a lot of the problems we have is really coming down to the anime really. Really
Yeah.
fleshing out things and rectifying. Fortunately and unfortunately. So that's
Yeah.
just the reality of it, honestly. That's the reality of it. But Boruto time skip, guys. I mean, or wait, well, you said you wanted to move on to Nagatoro.
I was just gonna say, have you guys seen the chapter 8 preview?
58. I've
For
only
the
seen like the preview text that Organic
yeah,
Dinosaur translated.
I got from a different account, but yeah, it's probably the same. So I
Uh,
saw a video on YouTube, me
yeah.
saying that Ishiki's still alive in Kawaki's body,
I mean, possibly.
which is
Uh,
not really a thing.
yeah.
I don't know what Organic Dinosaur said on her or on like the Twitter, on Twitter page, but this one says new threats that join forces, a glimpse into Boruto facing their Otsutsuki.
Yeah, I believe
So
that
people
was the
just
same
assume that
thing.
Ishiki's still. People believe Ishiki's still alive because Moro's Otsutsuki is Momoshiki
Yeah.
and Kawaki's was.
I mean, it
Recent.
doesn't. I mean, I know. I can understand why a person would feel that way. I mean,
Yeah.
but I think it more so along the lines of probably Kawaki figuring out how to probably use any Otsutsuki ability. Maybe go down the lines of
Yeah,
that.
that could be a thing. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed in the Kage Summit.
I mean, I think and Anthony Henry, who or Akil Keem, is has been like a big supporter of having some major conflict at the Kage Summit, and to
Yeah.
me, I just was not seeing the Kage Summit having. With the exception of if Code had ended up going there, I was not expecting any major conflicts at the Kage Summit because apart from what I've heard about the Shikamaru novel, in terms of like the Kages having
Yeah, the
some,
sushi Kage.
yeah. Apart from that,
Yeah.
when it comes down to the Boruto anime and the Boruto manga, the five Kage of
Yeah.
present day have always seemingly cooperated to the best of their abilities without any
Mhm.
major conflicts. I was not expecting anything wild. I just found it funny that they made it a Zoom call. That's
Yeah.
what I found funny.
Is the thing, did Naruto actually tell them about what happened with him and Sasuke in
Getting their
detail,
asses kicked.
or did he just tell them the stuff with Boruto to
Listen,
keep
man.
it kind of on the down low?
I mean, they
We
didn't
don't know that
explicitly say.
yet,
We
but
don't know, but we can only assume they were given a full report of everything that happened.
would
Yeah.
you? Would you do?
Tell them
Would
that I
you
got my
do that?
ass
Would that?
kicked, bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
No. Would you tell them that you lost, for example, Kurama, and who knows the amount of more problems that could cause? Yes, maybe it's in the best interest, but should you all your weight?
I
Oh, by the way, guys, I'm here on Twitter, and
Mhm.
Organic Dinosaur just posted Naruto anime episode 202 is titled the religious organization. So we're getting the content with the organization seemingly.
the religious
The Boro.
organization. That sounds like it could be
Boro.
The
like
anime,
Boro and his
yeah,
people.
Yeah.
the anime comes true once again. Yeah, because there's no way they would just go
Yeah.
into the Jigen fight. That would be like weird, too soon. I see
Yeah,
that as a September, October
I
winter
mean,
anime season thing.
initially I was saying like winter season, like September to December. I was saying that for most of last
Yeah.
year.
End of the year. That seems like a end of the year kind of thing to end off the year with.
But honestly, the way things are going, like, if based on how things are going now, if it's not going to be the end of May or begin June, like, actually predicting July worst case scenario based on how things are
July,
going.
August.
Yeah, but
Because honestly, episode 202 is gonna be let me see, the 6th of July. So they could have July and August be 2 months of the organization stuff, or at least July. And then they could honestly in August do this stuff with Kawaki training, or we
yeah,
could get that in between and get some of the stuff with Sarada. So I see the next 2 months being the religious organization, the
mm-hmm.
training, and it would make sense to me. It's August, September, the fight.
I mean, it would make sense, but honestly, I don't Like I could see them doing like, for example, if they did something on the religious organization for like an extended period. For some reason in my gut, bro, I don't see them doing more than 3 episodes. Honestly, if I'm being honest.
Nah, I don't. I hear you, but I doubt that one. We shall see though.
All right, yeah, we'll see, we'll see. But I mean, it's all gonna be good same way. So because you're hinting at, basically, since after the fight with Jigen, we go straight into the fight with Boro. So we need something to, get a little build up with him before his death. But yo, speaking of that fight, like getting Borushiki probably is going to break the internet as well. Yo, that's going to be trending as well.
Hyped up when I see that.
Yo, trust me, because I'm just imagining the music. I'm imagining the animation they'll use for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting, honestly. Yeah.
Does Kodo mean ninjutsu as in like the genjutsu thing he knows? Like, I mean, because we've only seen like the belts and his claws. Because I don't think that's gonna be enough to potentially attack Konoha.
I mean, if
Yeah.
I mean, the teleporting thing is pretty OP, but like the claws, come on.
if he manages to get his limiters off, then it's a
yeah.
different story. But as he is,
Even without that, right? Remember, right now he's getting a strength, speed, power boost from his karma. So
Oh yeah, like karma.
yeah, exactly. It's I imagine it's pure
at this
Ishiki.
point in time, to me, he would be able to. Oh, remember, this is something I noticed. Boruto and Kawaki are technically Otsutsuki because they got the DNA and power extraction karma.
Yeah.
But Code is technically a human still and would be affected by Ada because he only got the power and not the DNA.
Yeah. That was something it came to mind, but it kind of slipped. So it's good you brought it up. So yeah, it kind of confirms that his karma doesn't extract any DNA into him, just pure power.
He just has the power. So with his karma and other like enhancements from Amado that even not unlocked, to me he would be able to body almost any Jonin.
Of course. I mean, he did seem kind of semi-confident about taking out Naruto and Sasuke right now.
He doesn't even have to go strength-wise. All he has to do is like put a belt around that dude's neck like he did at cut their throats done.
Done. Oh boy.
I'm just rereading the whole Boruto manga thing. Is Ada's mission just to kind of find like Prince Charming for her? That's it.
No, but it's understandable though. Like
I understand she feels she wants to feel love or emotion. But I mean
it's yeah, I know it's understandable emotion, but I think I kind of talk about this in the review as well. I think it just comes on since it's the first chapter we're being introduced to her. I imagine Kishimoto will go more in depth regarding from between her backstory and everything, and we'll probably get to sympathize with her more.
She probably is Amado's daughter as well. Why they even mention the whole family, it does work on family members thing.
Yeah.
And there could be a thing that she's lying to Code and says she doesn't know the password because maybe she's not like evil and she's just going along with him to get him to help her.
Yeah. Well,
Code obviously wants to just kill off anybody.
Then Amado's wife would have had the clairvoyance powers, or Amado would have had the clairvoyance.
That could be true. Like it could be that like Amado got with someone who was a ninja or who had
an alien,
type, like Haku. No. Like Haku was. Remember there are people all over the Naruto war with Keke Genkais we haven't seen now, like Haku. If Haku was with Zabuza, and some of the other characters we've seen with Shinki. Shinki has the Iron Sun Keke Genkai. So it could be like Amado got with that ninja or someone who had a Keke Genkai. And through his intelligence, he boosted her power.
Yeah.
That is why it's actually
Yeah,
as powerful.
so if we
Honestly,
do,
all right, go ahead,
yeah,
your
go on.
dad.
So if we do get introduced, if we do introduce her new eye, if it is called the Senryugan, I don't know if it's. Let's say if it does get called the Senryugan, right? Is it potentially a new clan we could see in this whole Boruto thing?
I mean, potentially. What I was going to say, or what the situation I was going to propose was maybe Amado, maybe just maybe Amado, actually got with another alien, a female from another alien race who has some conflict or has some opposition to the Otsutsuki clan, really. And maybe he had a daughter with this alien woman, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what do you guys think about that.
It's a possibility
Good
because
fuck.
honestly, there should be more races introduced eventually. I'm hoping because
Mm-hmm.
the Otsutsuki have more killed other species. They
Yeah.
must have enemies out there. So if
Exactly.
we don't see any, it would be okay. But it would be kind of disappointing to me, at least in a way.
The Galactic War. Yeah, that would be taking
I
Naruto way
mean,
too crazy, man.
like Invincible, like you're gonna watch. No spoilers, obviously. We
Bro,
all
listen,
know.
listen. My coworker watched the final episode today, and the way this man was reacting, I'm like, shit. I mean, I've seen thumbnails, of the episode, so I kind of have an idea what's gonna happen, but I hear it's really bad, bad in a good way,
Yeah.
or bad in a good
But
bad way. Shit, I don't even know how to phrase it.
here's the thing. I'm curious about what do you guys think, right? Here's the thing. When it comes to alien villains in like science fiction, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever,
Yeah.
whether it's Marvel, DC, Dragon Ball, Invincible, do you actually think they need super deep reasons for doing what they're doing, or is it just okay that they're aliens? Is either they want your resources, they think you're a weak species, or
Mm-hmm.
and they don't care, or do you think alien civilizations in fiction need super detailed reasons why they're invading or why they're doing something? Because
Um.
Saiyans were just doing what Frieza wanted, or they would die. They're just straight conquerors. Cool. Otsutsuki's to me are kind of to me. I would respect the Otsutsuki way more because they're doing it for their own power and survival, like benefiting them. They're not doing it because someone else is forcing them to.
I
So I want
think.
your guys' opinion.
All right, so this might be like a get out of jail free card, but I don't think it's as black and white, like in terms of my response. But I just think it depends on the nature of the series, right?
Yeah, I was thinking
Um,
that too.
Dragon Ball, for instance, it's more. All right, so for example, in a One Piece versus Dragon Ball, comparison I watched relatively recently, one of the points that they gave to Dragon Ball was it is very accessible. Like you could pick up the series from almost anywhere and feel like you could get invested in it, right? But in a series like Naruto, where there's a culture of probably not all, but a decent amount of the major antagonists having a somewhat empathetic or you can sympathize with their backstory in some shape or form, whether it be empathy or sympathy. When you kind of build up a culture of that and then introduce aliens, I can see why a person would find it in this case a bit jarring. I guess. I don't know if you guys
Mm-hmm.
understand where I'm coming from with this.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing. It's not really a black and white thing to say if aliens should have good backstories or not, because I'm sure there are a lot of science fiction where they don't need to have these backstories, like elaborate backstories, but it kind of just goes back to the nature of the series, what the series itself is trying to accomplish, and just the whole culture and expectations that the series has built up based on when they introduce the aliens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Madara is almost universally loved by the entire fandom.
Trust me.
But who honestly to me there's more of a respect to the Otsutsuki way of doing things than Madara, because when you look at Madara, he got betrayed by his clan. He got butthurt angry. You could understand why. But
Yeah.
he went total full on emo, got old after getting beat how many times, then used the kid to get his way out there in another organization, got revived by not even by his own means, then came back, tried to put everyone in a dream state where they would get their own happy ending, when in fact it's so that he could get their power and chakra and then rule over a world with everybody in sleep. To me,
You
the
know,
Otsutsuki, I respect that more. Like, we're coming here because we're gonna take your planet, energy, whatever, use it for ourselves to stay alive and get stronger. We're not gonna say no BS nonsense about trying to do better for anything. This is what we are. This is what we're gonna do. Straight facts. No,
yeah.
no nonsense like Madara. Madara, like, he wanted to save the world when in fact he wanted power.
I mean, it kind of goes back to the whole duality thing that even he himself says. He does want power, but I think he actually wanted to save the world. But I would have really wanted like a what if scenario, like, okay, he puts everybody in Infinite Tsukumi. And we know everybody's going to eventually turn to a white Zetsu, but I mean, say he fully succeeded and Naruto and Sasuke and Kakashi and Sakura were also in the Infinite Tsukumi. Like, you can imagine it, like, finally, I've won. Shit, what do I do now? Isn't me like it would have been so funny.
Waits there a few years until Momoshiki, Hiroshiki, and Inshiki come and destroy him.
Yo, honestly, that would have been so hilarious.
Yeah,
Honestly,
because he would have what? I'm guessing he would have maybe did like Kaguya and eventually revive some or not. I doubt he would have done that though. So
yeah,
he
I
would have
doubt it.
just been by himself on the planet, powerful, and then what?
That's true.
That's the thing. Then what? It would have been
Even
so
Nagato's
ridiculous.
plan would have been kind of like, okay, every few years we use the tail beast weapon. Eventually, Nagato would die, and hopefully someone else would carry on my thing in the Akatsuki. Would it last forever?
No, but
And would it be really that way of keeping peace?
kind of seems more Attack on Titan-ish, doesn't it? With Nagato's
Yeah.
Nagato's way.
I basically just stall until.
Eh, yeah.
So I personally respect the. Yeah, we're just. I don't. Not, it's not that they're even like you would say they consider themselves evil. It's just that you're inferior. We view ourselves as superior. Deuces.
It's straightforward. Not more on that.
Yeah.
But I think the
No
hope is
BS
that
out.
I know there's no BS about it, but I think the hope is that from the fan base that there is at least another layer to it. I think fans want that. Like some other layer.
And it too, well, following the series for so long, I guess it's partly that I've had enough of it. Okay, cool. You wanna do this because you want to show everyone what pain is, or to bring peace, blah blah blah. I kind of respect the like Kakazu kind of dudes. I'm doing this for money. Fudge you all. Give me the money.
True. Straightforward and plain. Well, no problem. As Thanos would say, everything just needs to be balanced. So even if we have the Otsutsuki as the main thing, and that's all they're about, and that's all they'll ever be about, then as long as there are other antagonistic forces that can balance it with a bit more depth or emotional complexity, then I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
Uncle.
Yeah. How long? Well, whoa, it's been over 2 hours now. I do want to wrap up. But I know you guys wanted to talk about Nagatoro, or What
Oh
was it
yeah,
you guys
I
wanted to
was
say?
curious. It's a new series. I was just curious. Is a new
Yeah.
anime? Is a
Y-
new series?
Yeah, it's new. It's
Yeah.
only 3 episodes in.
So is it like redo of Healer
No,
or
not
No, that's it.
not as bad. Not
Bad,
as bad
but
as Redo of Healing. Not as bad. It's
so
definitely.
it's like the
I
anime. It's like the anime that came out a few years back with the girl wearing panties and stuff on her forehead. Or...
I would say it's more. I would say it's more so like Uzaki-chan, but
yeah.
like probably just a step or two above that in terms of like itchiness or ridiculousness, I guess.
Like they make pervy jokes.
Yeah, yeah. Like as somebody said in the
So
comment
wait,
section
is it a fight? Is it like a fight series though? Or comedy?
Nah. It's more like comedic. Um, it does deal with themes of bullying and being like antisocial,
Yeah,
or
that's cool.
Yeah.
socially inept.
Wait, so
But
what's the name of this series?
don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro, or just Nagatoro-san, whichever works.
Don't
Yeah, cause I just watched the first episode.
Nagatoro, don't toy with me. Nagatoro.
I mean, probably just send you the link
See.
to the trailer.
Yeah, send me the link. By the way, before we end off, right? I'm curious about something. Your guys' opinion.
Yeah.
Is a My Hero thing. So I don't know if you.
I'll try my best to
Yeah.
contribute like a productive
Uh,
member of the anime society.
Yeah. Okay. So My Hero is about My Hero. Okay. This has been
Yeah.
bothering me for a while, guys. Like, people bashed Boruto from the beginning because of the Academy arc, some of the slower arcs, the 1 or 2 in between Chocho episodes that you could just skip and you don't even have to watch, right?
Uh-huh.
But people generally praise My Hero when My Hero, in my opinion, has
Mhm.
it has some great moments, obviously. But
Yeah.
between those great moments are, to me, the boring academy school
And the
episodes
trailer here.
that,
Yeah.
like, obviously, it's cool to see the training and stuff, but there are a lot of episodes in My Hero that you could honestly skip.
Mhm.
And it doesn't even have, like, to me at least, the appeal of Boruto, which is like there's the thing with Boruto. It has the science part, but it also has the fantasy part. And then how it has the old Naruto characters you could still see, or the parent-child interactions, which is cool. My Hero, but how do I phrase it? Like, there's just some episodes that, to me, they feel like they're long and drawn out for no
Well, I mean,
reason.
I
I don't know
can't
if any of you guys have that same kind of vibe or feeling.
I can't
I know-
fully comment. But all right, go ahead, your dad. Let me hear what you're saying.
No, I know what you mean, but like, I think it's since what it's seasonal, right? Yeah. They
Yeah.
don't- there's only a few parts that's
Dude,
Like,
I
I
think that makes it even worse because
which sucks because you got
a
enough
year
time.
or 2 passes and you barely remember what happened last season. You remember the good stuff, but then it's like, what happened the
Like,
rest of the season?
not this current season, but like the season before that, right? Like during the end where they have the whole rock concert or something like that. I'm like, this is nah.
This is not it, fam.
Like,
Nah.
okay, let me ask you this quick. Season 1, other than the villain battle, what you really remember, and obviously the beginning, what you really remember from
the-
season 1? Other
I
than that.
mean, his interactions with All Might. That's the only thing I remember.
Do you remember anything from season 2?
No, actually, season 2 I didn't read. No.
I think
no,
season 3 was the invasion at
Yeah.
the camp. But other than that, I think Gran Torino maybe.
Was it?
Season 4.
Season 4 is the one I was talking about, I think.
Yeah, that just came out with the
And we're on season 5. I think.
Yakuza.
Yeah.
I'm just so ready for this stuff I know is coming
Yeah.
eventually with my
Actually,
Villain Academy and stuff.
Deku's fight with Overhaul was actually pretty nice. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, that was cool.
I
But
sent
the
you the link,
villain, like,
William.
yeah, where did you send it?
Direct,
YouTube?
just direct message to you on here on Discord. Direct message.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I just wanted your guys' opinion on that. So yeah, but
I
this
don't.
was cool.
Yeah, man. Another decent end the month subscriber stream. Just reminder, guys. Next week. Well, as I said, I'll put up the poll between tomorrow and Sunday, but next week I want to start a new live stream segment where I tackle, specific arcs or specific anime, and I just talk about them straight from memory. So, as I said, for this poll, I'll be putting up the Fourth Great Ninja War, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Naruto versus Naruto Shippuden, or Part 1 versus Part 2 for the options to vote for in terms of doing a show on. So, I don't know, what do you guys think?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, do what you want.
Alright, fine, no pressure.
Yeah,
and
you
it-
will definitely enjoy the Invincible episode, my dude. You will.
I feel like I've been enjoying every episode, so wouldn't be too surprising. Any last words from you guys?
Not really. It's just, I mean, keep up the good work. I guess this whole thing you're doing. It's nice. Yeah. Some encouraging words from fans and subscribers.
Yeah.
But going back to, I'm just gonna like last words for Boruto is, I like it how they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think now is like 2021's a turning point where people are like, oh shoot, like this is actually pretty good, right? Like yeah, no, I had a friend of mine. He's like he absolutely trashed Boruto, right?
Yeah.
He was always trying to like clown it. He started rewatching it, I think last week. He's like,
Yeah.
nah, I really missed out on a lot of things. Like this is actually getting good.
Yeah.
So I think Boruto is bringing back that like fans base now, and which is very good. Yeah.
I think Boruto in the long run is gonna be actually pretty rewatchable when it's all out. Either English dub, sub. Cause yeah, you could save whatever episodes you don't want, but the fact that eventually you could just keep binge episodes and you don't have to wait a week, and you see how the story actually flows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at least it's a very consistent series. That is the thing.
Yeah, as in like between arcs, like even though some arcs are, lower, like rated lower than others for me, I wouldn't say like any arc dropped to the point where I'm like saying, "Oh shit, this is horrible." Like I don't think I've ever said that.
Not even the Chojo arc.
I mean, it wasn't just a few
Why do-
episodes.
Why do people call that arc? Was it just one arc? Two episodes? Well, no,
That's what I'm saying. It was just a few
I think
episodes.
they actually consider it an arc. No, I think they actually consider it an arc when you check on the Wikipedia, like the Chocho thing,
Yeah, it's called.
which is funny. Which is
Yeah.
funny because it's just 1 or 2 episodes.
It's ridiculous
That's
to
when
me,
I
bro.
dropped. Yeah, that's when I dropped that anime. Yeah.
To be honest, I did like, cause if you guys even, well, you guys weren't around during that time, cause I was
Dude,
reviewing
I've been
like,
following- I've
yeah,
been
I would have
following your
been,
channel for years now.
would you have been there when I just started reviewing, when the Boruto anime just started?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I would have been reviewing every episode up until a certain point until I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
fam.
Dude, you have been following your channel since you've been, I think, yeah, from basically the first arc from the beginning. I went back and watched some of them.
Yeah. But I get where people are coming from, but it is what it is.
But to be like, if you don't like episodes, just skip it.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Unless
Skip
you're
it.
like,
Yo, but the weird thing, there's people seemingly that watch the show that don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just weird to me. Like, Like I wouldn't watch a series I don't like or enjoy in any way. That is just crazy.
I think, like, I don't know, because we know persons online can be a bit extreme. So it's like, I
Yeah.
think in some person head, it's like, they probably stop watching it, but then when they hear persons like praising it, they're like coming back and say, "Yo, fam, no, this is shit. What are you talking about?" And then the
Yeah.
flame wars start, and it's all sorts of
Nah, bro, I
madness.
think there's people who actually still watch the episodes week by week, and it's weird.
Ah, boy. Well,
But yeah, man, good night to both of you guys. This was cool.
all right,
Yeah.
guys. Respect for coming out again. I always appreciate the support.
Yeah. Can't wait for
Yeah,
Saturday, Sunday. Peace out.
yeah, man.
Peace.
Alright, well, there's only two persons here in the stream anyway, but respect for coming out, and you know, I guess I'll see you in that new live stream show next week. I don't know if I'm gonna give it like a special name or anything, but as I said, I'll be creating the poll for you guys to vote between those three topics. Yu Yu Hakusho, which I would love to discuss, but I feel like most people will vote for one of the two Naruto based topics. So yeah. I kind of feel persons will be voting more so for the Fourth Great Ninja War, which would be an interesting discussion as well. So, yeah. But anyway, thanks for coming out. I guess everybody here's already leave a like or subscribe, so. But respect, I'm about to watch Invincible. I highly recommend it. But I'll see you guys in the next live stream or on Sunday's video, Sunday's reaction to the Boruto episode.